Hello, good morning, and happy Christmas Eve. Welcome to another stream. My hair is wet because I just got out of the shower. I might just wear it down. Yeah. Fuck it, let's embrace the wet hair look. It is December 24th, right? I've not lost track of time, which means it's Christmas Eve, which is crazy. Really, really crazy. Nevertheless, it is Tuesday, which means we stream, which means I have some ideas for today. It's not going to be a very long stream because I have plans later. I've got some friends coming around in the afternoon and going to my sister's this evening. Tomorrow, of course, pretty busy all day. I would think about jumping in for another stream if I have the time, but we're gonna just have to see how it goes. So I'm not gonna promise anything right now. I've only really just got started for the day. I'm just finishing off my coffee. Delightful. Now, my plan for today. So, I've been playing a lot Limited. Pioneer Limited has been a ton of fun. However, I found a new standard deck recently, which I think is a ton of fun. Let me put it up on screen, and I'll show you. So this is the deck. It's an Izzet control deck. I call it Izzet Hellraiser or Hellraiser season, which I quite like because there's almost a Christmassy theme to that name. So very, very fitting. It's this is exactly the kind of deck I like to play. So let me talk you through it. So it's built around this combo of Capricious Hellraiser and Season of Weaving. This is the core combo of the deck. The idea is so Hellraiser is a 6-mana 4/4. When it enters, exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard, choose a non-creature, non-land from among them and copy it, and you can cast the copy without paying its mana cost. And it only costs 3 mana to cast your Hellraiser, 3 red, mind, but 3 mana if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. So the idea is fill your graveyard up to 9 cards, make some of those cards Season of Weaving, cast Hellraiser, copy a Season of Weaving, choose the 2 pause mode twice. So if you cast Hellraiser, there's a bit of luck involved, but you try and hit Season of Weaving. You choose the copy mode twice, you make 2 copies of your Hellraiser. Those 2 copies come in, they hit another Season of Weaving, you make 2 more copies of Hellraiser. And then you have 20 powers worth of Flying Dragons on the battlefield. And you can swing in with haste by sacrificing a Bitter Reunion and just win the game on the spot. It's a very, very, very unexpected win. It literally is like so you 1 mana to sacrifice Bitter Reunion, 3 mana to cast your Hellraiser. So you can just control the board and set up and then cast the Hellraiser and win for 4 mana on a dime, and it's very, very difficult to see coming unless you know the deck. And that's why the deck is good right now. It is a combo deck. It is I'm unsure how well positioned it is in the meta, but it is a very powerful combo to be able to execute when your opponents aren't expecting it, and that's what makes the deck so strong. It has the deck, so I've tested it a little bit. We're going to play some more today. I am finding I'm having a really tough time against Gruul aggro, and I'm having a fairly tough time against Dimir midrange, which is the 2 most popular decks right now. So I don't know how I think the deck is not very well positioned to do exceptionally well. However, it has insanely good matchups into basically everything else. And I think the Dimir mid-range matchup is winnable. I just don't think I know quite how to play it, because one of the things I love about this deck, this is the kind of deck that I love to play, in that it is absurdly difficult. It's very control-y, very tempo-y. It's a really powerful combo. I love copying powerful spells. It's fairly unexpected. It's definitely like outside of the meta right now, but it absolutely can put up results. And it's really hard to play. It's really hard to play. I've actually, like, I've played a few games with this deck. They've not gone very well. So my goal is to try and learn to play this deck and play it well. I know it can be played well. I think it's I actually think it's a really good deck in a really good spot in the meta right now. Because I think that once I master the Dimir mid-range matchup, then the only bad matchup is Gruul aggro. And that is workable. You know, that is workable. Gruul aggro is slightly less dominant than Dimir. So if I play like 20% of my games are Gruul aggro, like that's fine. I can work with that. There's a sideboard too. I'm gonna make some changes now because there's a few one-ofs in the list, but I kind of want to just get to some games, some interesting choices in the list, which we can talk about at some point. But the sideboard, so it's basically split between control and aggro. Mid-range decks we're just going to stomp most of the time. We have an insanely good matchup into Golgari mid-range. Now, what I'm thinking about is I don't like Pyroclasm. I think the 2 damage is too irrelevant. It doesn't kill. It doesn't hit planeswalkers. Most of the Gruul matchups, they can outsize 2 damage very easily. So I don't like Pyroclasm. So I think I want to cut Pyroclasm. I think I want to cut an Elder Dragon War as well, for the same reason. It deals damage to creatures, and it doesn't hit planeswalkers, which is pretty important in the Dimir mid-range matchup. And the 2 damage is not enough in the Gruul matchup. So I think I do want to cut Elder Dragon War and try 2 new cards. Now, Kiora is good as like another win con in the deck. I'm wondering whether Kiora's better in the sideboard, because we play no creatures other than the Hellraiser. So odds are, after sideboard, opponents are going to sideboard for a control matchup, and then we could potentially just haste a Kiora into them game 2 and 3. So I'm wondering whether Kiora is better in the sideboard, although that is against the control matchup. And the control matchup, well, we have this kind of alternate game plan of Jace and Virtue of Knowledge to just mill out the control matchup. I do think the bigger problem is also Kiora's not good against Dimir mid-range. If Kiora's not good against Dimir mid-range, and she's not good against Gruul aggro, I don't think she's meant to be in the deck. I think we can beat the control decks with just, you know, powerful planeswalkers and our combo. I wouldn't mind having one more powerful option in the sideboard for control. So I think I'm going to move Kiora to the sideboard. And, okay, so Tishana's Tidebinder is pretty good against Dimir mid-range. Like, it's a decent answer into an early Kaito. However, I'm kind of thinking, like, I've got 2 slots in the deck, 2 cards we could add, and I'm thinking just 2 more spot removal spells. Anything that makes sure that Kaito can't come down on turn 3 or quickly answers a Kaito, I think is going to be really useful. And I think curve-wise, it's fine for it to be 3 mana. So let's see what hits planeswalkers. Definitely not imprisoned. That's no good at all. I guess Rona's Vortex? No. So Lithomantic Barrage, I think is... it's so useful. I just hate that it's a sorcery. Just hate that it's a sorcery, and it's also no good in the main board, I don't think. I really am wondering whether it is just Burst Lightning. 2 of Burst Lightning. Also, like 2 of Burst Lightning I think could be good because it is an early removal spell if you need it. Or... oh, the Exile on Obliterating Bolt is pretty important too. Yeah, exiling is very useful. I'm wondering whether Fires of Victory should go and Burst Lightning should come back in. Because Fires is such... like, it's good early game, but so is Burst Lightning. And it's so embarrassing in the late game. When you top deck this, and you're like, well, shit, it does fat nothing. Or it's 5 mana, deal 1 damage to a creature or a planeswalker. So I've really not enjoyed Fires of Victory. And I think maybe Burst Lightning is better. What does this Jaya do? Create a 1/1 red monk. Exile top 2 cards. Weird removal. A red instant or sorcery. Copy it twice and may choose new targets for the copy. So Jaya plus 2 Burst Lightning could be interesting. However, I would probably play that instead of Kiora in the sideboard to bring in against control decks. Carnosaur? No. That's dumb. That is dumb. Okay. Let's look at give me cards that say damage, that deal damage, probably in red. So Bolt Wave is opponent's. Burst Lightning feels like it's probably the best option. What does Artist Talent do? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you loot. That's pretty relevant. You can level it up for 3 non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It's not super relevant. If a source you control will deal non-combat damage to an opponent, deals that much damage plus 2. So it makes all of our removal spells a bit better. But by the time you level this up, you've probably... if you get this to level 3, your removal spells aren't so good anyway because you're beating the control deck. You're already beating the control deck. Burst Lightning being able to hit any target. I kind of think I just want 2 Burst Lightning. Wait, did it not go in the deck? Where the fuck? Oh, it went in the sideboard? Yeah, so Torch is very important for the... oh, you're working from home so you can lurk. Nice, Sam. No, I work today. I have 2 weeks off. I took last Friday through to Monday the 6th. So I'm back on Monday the 6th. I just took a straight 2 weeks off. Yeah. I have unlimited holiday, technically. So there's not really much to do right now. There's not many people online. So I can just take it off. I say that. I do have unlimited holiday. But I used pretty much exactly 25 days last year. And I expect it will be the same every year. So my company have a policy where we get 25 days statutory holiday that we have, like mandatory holidays. We have to take our 25 days, but then we have unlimited holiday on top of that at our manager's discretion. So I guess I have taken off time from like time to time over the year. Like I'll just tell my manager I need to, I'm not working tomorrow or this or that, and that's usually fine. But my official holiday all came out of that 25 days. So yeah, we're playing Izzet Hellraiser. Sam, have you seen this deck? Is Lightning Strike? No, Lightning Strike's not better than Burst Lightning. Manager told me that it doesn't expect the next exercise to be submitted before Christmas and to take your time with it. Sam, you know it's Christmas Eve, right? Oh, little does he know it was done yesterday. Ah, well done. Well done indeed. Yeah, just chill. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the one of the benefits of working Christmas Eve is you do get to just chill. Scalding Viper. That's pretty bad. Dragonfire in the main, I think, is an option. It does hit creatures and planeswalkers. It's slightly more efficient. Than like, it's slightly more efficient than Burst Lightning. I'd be tempted to play Dragonfire instead of Fires of Victory. I've really not liked this card. Yeah, I've really not liked this card. I think maybe I might bring in 2 Scorching Dragonfires. Give me the Throne of Eldraine Scorching Dragonfire. Oh yeah. So I think... Because I'm just thinking, like, when is Fires of Victory good? Fires of Victory is dealing like 6 damage to a 2/2 or a 3/3 in the early game. It can deal with a bigger creature like Sheoldred, which is very problematic for this deck. Sheoldred is a pretty big problem. But Ill-Timed Explosion can deal with a Sheoldred, so can Chandra and Chandra. You can bounce Sheoldred with Season of Weaving. Roaring Furnace, I guess, is still in the deck to hit Sheoldred. Also, I'm not having problems with Sheoldred. I am having problems with Enduring Curiosity, Kaito, and Mice. Those are the problems that I am having. So instant speed. Oh, do you know what? Maybe Fiery Annihilation. I know the equipment is not relevant at all, but 3 mana, 5 damage. Sorcerer Spyglass for Kaito. That's interesting, Sam. That is interesting. Let's have a look. Sorcerers. So you look at their hand, choose a card name, and then they just can't activate the Kaito. I actually like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. I can see playing a Scorching Dragonfire in the main. I just think my curve's a bit messed up. I don't like that much. I can definitely see Sorcerer Spyglass in the sideboard. I think it could be a one-of. Because this deck does find cards. This deck loots a lot. But it might be that I can cut the Dragonfire in the sideboard and then play 2. Well, definitely at least 1. Lithomantic Barrage. So I think the problem with Barrage is the only things it hits are Beza, which we can beat, and Kaito. And it being sorcery speed is a bit sad. Kaito, unfortunately, comes in on 4 counters. shit. 4 is... I mean, and actually, you know, they turn 3, Kaito, maybe Burst Lightning helps there. Or Torch the Tower and Dragonfire. So, I'm kind of thinking maybe Lithomantic Barrage comes in and another Spyglass comes in. How many Spyglasses do you play in the sideboard, Sam? Yeah, I think 2. I think 2. Okay. Sam, have you seen this deck before? Yeah, no, Demir does. Demir has problems with artifact removal. We have problem with enchantment removal. Shall I give you a deck tech? Because this deck is sick. In fact, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a short intermission because I need to drop my coffee off downstairs. I need to brush my teeth because I finished my coffee. So give me 10 minutes, I'll be back, and then I will, we'll do a deck tech because this deck is a lot of fun. It's really cool. It reminds me very much of like Teamer Adventures. It's exactly the kind of deck that I like to play. So I'll talk you through it. But give me like 10 minutes or so. Be right back. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to leave it up on the screen so you can stare at it if you want to. Okay, I am returned. Oh. Right. Are you ready for this deck tech, Sam? I want you to make sure that you are. Okay. Alright, so this is a combo deck. It's a control shell, and it's built around this combo over here. Capricious Hellraiser and Season of Weaving. So Capricious Hellraiser is a 6-mana 4/4. When it enters, you exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard. Already hate it. So you exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard, choose a non-creature, non-land from among them, and copy it, and you can cast the copy for free. And it costs 3 less if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. So Season of Weaving is the ideal card that you want to copy. So the idea is you control the game, you fill your graveyard, you hit 9 cards. Yeah? Then you cast a Hellraiser for 3 mana. You hit Season of Weaving. Now, let's say if everything has gone exactly to plan, you have 2 Season of Weaving in the graveyard. And this deck digs a massive amount. It digs through so many cards. So this is most of the time very, very achievable. So you cast Hellraiser, you hit Season of Weaving. You have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting Season of Weaving, right? Because you've got 9 cards in your graveyard, and you need 1 of them to be Season of Weaving. And actually, if you've got 2 Season of Weavings in your graveyard, then you have like a 2 in 9? Yeah, you have a 2 in 9 chance. No, wait, that's lower than 1 in 3. I don't know the maths, but you're exiling 3 cards from your graveyard. You have 3 chances for one of those cards to be Season of Weaving, and you have 2 in your graveyard, so you're pretty likely to hit it. So, okay, you hit it. I don't know the maths, okay? I shouldn't have even tried. You choose mode 2 twice, and then mode 1 once. So you draw a card, but also you copy your Capricious Hellraiser. You make 2 copies of it. Those 2 copies enter the battlefield, and then you have 6 cards in your graveyard, which means you're guaranteed to hit your other Season of Weaving, which means you make 2 more Capricious Hellraisers. That is 5 4/4 flying dragons. If you have Bitter Reunion on the field, which you're very likely to, there's 4 in the deck, then you pay 1 more mana, give them all haste, swing, attack, win the game. That's the ideal scenario, and it is like there is luck involved. You can absolutely whiff, but it's more consistent than you think. More consistent than you think. No, because that so playing a single life gain land does not win, because you often can make way more dragons, because you can very easily hit several Season of Weavings. Like you can easily have 3. You can even if you have a dragon on the battlefield, you can cast Season of Weaving, make a copy of the Hellraiser, make 2 copies of the Hellraiser on the battlefield, and then they can hit the Season of Weaving that you've just cast, which has gone to the graveyard. Which means that if you have a Hellraiser on the field and 1 Season in hand, you can execute the combo fairly consistently. If you don't hit Season of Weaving, you can also hit Chandra Hope's Beacon, which doubles your instants and sorceries. Like it allows you to make another copy. It does some powerful stuff. And Chandra Flame Shaper, which is not very playable in standard right now, but it's probably playable in exactly this deck, because 1, you get to cast it for free. 2, it adds exactly the mana you want to play your Capricious Hellraiser. 3, the second ability, create a token copy that's a creature of a target, that's a copy of a target of a creature you control. God, I've jumbled my words there. If you have 3 Seasons and a Chandra Flame Shaper in your graveyard, when you cast the Hellraiser, if you miss Season of Weaving but you hit Flame Shaper, you get a reroll. because you just +1 it, make a copy of your dragon, and then you go again. The rest of the deck is mostly cards to loot and early interaction, and also Brass's Tunnel Grinder. So this is a card I've not seen play anywhere else. So 3-mana artifact, it's legendary. When it enters, you discard any number of cards and then draw that many +1. And if you can flip it, it takes 3 turns to flip it. But if you can flip it, then it turns into a red land. Whenever you cast a permanent spell using that land, you discover X. And the card advantage that this presents is absurd. Really absurd. Like, the card advantage is so overwhelming. So, you know, that's the theory, but you really have to see the deck in action. I think I am going to play with this set. So these cards we bring in against control. Kiora we bring in against control. Ghost Vacuum and Soul Guide are for the mirror or for Reanimator, like the Oculus decks. Negates we bring in against control as well. Abrade, Tidebinders I think are good against Dimir mid-range. Also pretty good against Xur Overlords. Like a Brotherhood's End and Abrade are for the aggro matchups. Abrade is pretty good anti-sideboard tech because everybody will bring in, you know, these 2 cards against you. So if you can Abrade them or you can Brotherhood's End them, that's pretty good. Sorcerer Spyglass for Dimir. Yeah. So the mana base is tough. I am playing a single Fountain Port as just something to do, because sometimes this deck does just wait. Like, it is a very draw go sort of deck. So I think the Fountain Port's good. I don't know whether like the blue-red Manland or a Mirex would be better. I think it might be because the color constraints are pretty difficult. You need the 3 red. So I think maybe a Mirex giving that 1 turn of colored mana might be better, but let's try it. Let us try it. So I'm going to jump into a game. I'm going to switch over to this view and I'm going to pause this music. I'm definitely not, I've not mastered this deck. I've played it a little bit. I kind of get how the combo works, but it's really difficult. There are so many decisions to make because your graveyard is a resource. So every card you discard, you have to think, you know, is this a card that I might want to hit later? You want to you want to find your key spells, but also minimize the chance that you just whiff when you play your dragon. It's really tough. I find it really tough. This is a keepable hand. We have Torch, and we have Ill-Timed Explosion, which is a board wipe. Hellraiser in hand isn't perfect. I want to see those later, but against Dimir, this can work. This can, like, we have early removal. Cavern of Souls is fairly nice against them, but Dimir is really hard to beat on the play. That is just the reality. Okay, no Fairy Mastermind. Alright. That was weird. So I don't think they have Fairy Mastermind in hand unless they just drew it. So let's go Cavern of Souls, name Dragon. Play the Tunnel Grinder. Gonna keep the Torch the Tower. For a flashed in Enduring Curiosity. But I think the rest of these cards can all go in the bin. Unsummon is nice too. Okay, this might be Dimir Control. Four cards in the graveyard. Yeah, it's Dimir Control. I mean, if they mill us...
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the
I will be
facts.
quite pleased. Go on, do it. Mill me. So I need to be careful of a Doomsday Excruciator. I need to win before the Excruciator comes down, which I think I can do. Next turn we can get Bitter Reunion on the battlefield. And then the following turn, possibly we just win. Hell yeah.
I will clear.
Mill away, opponent. 8 cards down there. So if I go Fabled Passage, Torch, I could actually Hellraiser this turn, but there's nothing I want to hit down there. Not really. But I could do it. No, it's better to set up the Reunion. Yeah, let's discard the Season. Go get another red source. What is this Jace even gonna do? It's just gonna tick up, so I don't need to kill that yet. Yeah, okay, let's just pass. They're milling me again. Yeah, okay. Absolutely, go ahead. Yep, second Jace. If they hit, so they are diluting my graveyard. But there's only one Season down there right now. Okay, Jace on 4. Interesting. I have 2 mana open. That's kind of problematic. Okay. So what I want to do here... I don't think I want to go for the combo win because they have the 2 mana open. But I think what I'm going to do is... Bitter Reunion. Oh, hello, Ori. Discard the Chandra. We could just Roaring Furnace the J... No, this only hits creatures, right? So let's go for the dragon. See where we get to. They can't counter this, thanks to Cavern of Souls. But they can kill it. Okay, 2 Chandras. I mean, yeah. This is fine.
Time to light up the darkness.
So we can just torch the tower here. We can have 2 mana in any combination of colors.
We can do this together.
Double torch the Jace. They can counter this, but then I can just give the dragon haste. Yeah, so they counter 1. I guess I deal the 2 hit anyway. And then I give the dragon haste. Love. Now they can just Restless Reef and attack the Chandra, but
Noise.
I don't care. We have another Hellraiser in hand, so we might just get it back. But right now, Chandra's dealing 7 damage. Okay, we're still alive. They have 1 mana left.
Masahak.
Chandra's dealing 7, and we might just hit another one.
I will iterate. I pull one
Okay.
and your entire mind unravels.
Let's go. 16 cards left. That is enough. So, let's... I think what I want to do is deal 6 first. And then I just have to hit 3 dragons. Well, I'm going to have 2 anyway. Oh, tough to know. Okay, let me see what's down here. 1, 2, all 3 Season of Weavings, and Burst Lightning and Exile. Is there a Burst Lightning here? Burst Lightning. Okay, I think we should have this if I just cast the dragon. Is there another Hope's Beacon? Has that been exiled? So I can't hit Chandra Hope's Beacon? Okay, sweet. So, dragon. Tunnel Grinder. I don't think I want to exile any cards, because I want to just win the game right now. That's not that's not perfect, but fine. Let's... There's nothing in my hand I want to discard either. So let's Ill-Timed Explosion.
Now or never.
There's a Chandra Flame Shaper, but I can't discard it here. So this is 8 plus 7. That's 15. I need to find 1 more point of damage. One more point of damage? That's so annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So if I just go... I mean, Chandra can deal 8 next turn. So this is a lethal attack. But I have to survive, and I don't know that I'm going to. Still, I think we'll deal the 6. And hope that they just... We'll keep the Flame Shaper in hand. So let's just drop these 2. So if they can't win this turn, if they don't have a 3rd Jace... yeah, if they don't have the 3rd Jace, then we can just win here. Looking for the Jace. Sweet. So against this Jace deck, we need our negates. I think we do need the Kiora. Tidebinder is great, and actually we might go in on the mill plan. Is Spyglass good against Jace Mill? It is, right? So Virtue, Jace, and Spyglass are all useful. Dragonfire out. Unsummon is useful. I think I'm going to cut the Burst Lightning. Six cards to cut. So I think, torch the tower. It can be useful against specifically deadly cover up to make sure that your dragon gets exiled so they don't steal them all. But we have an alternate win plan here anyway. Roaring Furnace is not very good. So yeah, okay. So we're going all in on control. But we have this aggro beatdown plan where we just have Hasty Cura and we have the Tide Binders. And hopefully they've removed like a bunch of their removal. That's the theory. And we just, we have our own Jaces, so if they do something like Doomsday Excruciator, then we can counter their Jace, play our own, win the game. Plus, we have the cool kind of option of... Oh, okay, well this is not to keep. But we have the option to play our Jaces and then just get them back straight away. Good land. We have the Spyglass. We can put... Oh, this isn't great. But I think against this deck we can keep it. Looking for some action with Thundering Falls. Moment of truth. Yeah, it digs. This is a game of card advantage for sure. What does Dimir do against artifacts? Nothing. Like, they have a really hard time. Okay, early Ghost Vacuum. So Ghost Vacuum is beatable when played this early because we can just play a control game, not play the graveyard thing. They have three. They have 3 steps ahead and a bunch of land. Okay. Let's name Jace. Oh shit. Which is Jace the Perfected Mind, right? Oh my god, I actually don't know. Yeah, I really, really did not want to get that wrong. Alright, turn off their Jace. They have a 3 steps in hand. We absolutely can beat this. They mulliganed. Did they mulligan? I don't know, but yeah, we can definitely... we have Cavern of Souls too. That's really nice. Let's start with Moment of Truth. Okay. Right now, we have the, like, as long as we keep hitting lands, we have the much, much bigger spells. Do they run man lands? I think that is the question. I think I'm going to have to bin the Demolition Field because I need the Cavern. I shouldn't have played the island last time. They don't have any man lands right now, so... Play the Cavern. As a Hellraiser, so let's go with Ill-Timed Explosion. Have a rest useless reef in hand. So yeah, I do wish I had that demolition field. And tunnel grinder. Tunnel grinder not hitting anything. Still, it is castable, so let's... We can just submit 0 and still kind of cantrip it. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that, like, playing that island and not playing the demolition field is possibly going to lose us this game. Which is annoying and dumb. There's the reef. Okay. Awkward. Awkward. I made one bad decision and it's really, really punishing us here. They take the Season of Weaving, probably. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the right choice, because I think we can win with these dragons. Okay. So they... Well, they can't Jace here, but now I have 6 cards left to win with. Virtue of Knowledge. Alright, I'm not sure we can win now. I think we brick too many turns in a row. That's fine. But yeah, I think I just made that one single bad decision. It really screwed us. I don't think I need to play around Ghost Vacuum, to be honest. Like, I mean, I guess a braid is useful for the Tishana's Tide Binder. Might bring in the Abrade. No. Let them exile the graveyard if they want to. We'll just win on a different vector. Yeah, we did spend like 4 or 5 turns doing nothing there. Deck is determined not to work. Yeah, this is where Fountain Port's really, really uncomfortable. I think I have to keep this. Find the Jace later. Yeah. Might need to Demolition Field just to fix our mana here. Reef helps. Spyglass. We'll take that. Because the island can go in the graveyard, Cavern of Souls back in the library. I'm not gonna play the Spyglass into a negate. We can play it next turn with negate backup of our own. Fountain Port's good. Cool, so they have the Excruciator, they have a Shouldered. They have more counter spells, but we will name the Jace. Looking for some action. Explosion does dig. Let's keep it. Binning the counter spell. What I need to do is find my own Jace. To beat their, like, if they play Excruciator, then I can just Jace. Hi, kitty. Although I could just Demolition Field. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Demolition Field this Reef now, so that I can then also Ill-Timed Explosion. Okay. So now I could, well, there's nothing else to name with the Spyglass, right? Spyglass is kind of dead in hand right now. But at least we can sack the fish. Overlord of the Flood Pits. Okay. So if I can find a more expensive spell to discard, we can just wipe the board here, and that's okay. Sack token, draw card. That is a card that we can discard. We could do it twice. I don't think I want to do it twice. I think what I want to do is Ill-Timed Explosion. Discard Ill-Timed Explosion, discard Spyglass. Deal 4 to everything. Cavern of Souls, name Dragon. 4, 5, 6, 7. So until we can copy the Season of Weaving, there's no benefit to casting it. So let's just pass and do Fountain Port stuff. You know, they have the Edict in hand and the Negate. They're tapped out right now. I need to find my Jace. I need to goad them into going for the Excruciator. Go for the throat on the fish. I would love to haste Kiora in, but I think it might be better to just play it for the draw discard. I'm not exiling my graveyard yet. Okay. Let's do this. They now have to Edict the Kiora. Okay, they use Blot Out instead. There's the Excruciator. So we can kill that. And then what do they do? I think I have to go for... They have Negate and Edict open. So I'm supposed to do it like this. Add the colorless. Add the blue. Yeah. If they let this resolve, I kill the Excruciator. Discard you. Discard you. Wait, I thought it had more of a mana cost than that. Are the rooms not combined mana cost? I thought the virtue of... Oh, it's an adventure. Right, okay, so it is only 5. Okay, so they have the Edict. Which means... we have to ill-timed this. They also have a negate. I think I have to decline this. Oh man. Yeah, I decline this and then I will win with Jace next turn. Ashley, hi. You didn't, so, I mean, I didn't know you'd even heard of MTG. I started playing the physical game a few years ago. That's definitely how I started. And just after I started the digital client, well, so there was a digital client before. It's called MTG Online. And it is, oh man, they got me with the duress. Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. I don't think it's a good game though. Oh, they mill me out with it. Yeah. Oh man, they got me with the duress. I don't think I had a way out of that. So there was an online client called MTG Online, and it is so ugly. It's really hard to use because it's just so hideous. The interface is really bad. Then they released Arena, which, as a game, I don't really love. It's massively like over monetized. It's not a good play experience. It's like cool and flashy, and you get to play Magic online, and that's kind of it. But it's Wizards of the Coast, right? And so they do sort of squeeze every penny out of people that they can. But I've been playing Magic for a few years. I'm not part of the WotC sales team. No, I'm pretty heavily critical of Wizards of the Coast. Okay, so we lost our first game, which is not a good showing for the deck. I think Blue-Black Control should be a matchup that I win. I just don't know how to navigate it. This deck is like, there are so many tiny decisions to make, and it's really hard. Still, this is a good hand. We have our early removal. Okay, so are they Gruul? I'm going to go for this now. Bin one of these. Keep the demolition field. Might be useful later. Draw more interaction. Feels good. Mono red? If they're mono red with the hand we have, I think we'll be fine. Because the only thing that I would be worried about is Snakeskin Veil. And if they don't have that, then we should be in a pretty good spot. Orion, are you okay? He's just walking around moping. I would love a board wipe. That isn't one, but it's... They're not putting much pressure on me right now. I could dig some more and then use Unsummon. I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to discard the Season of Weaving. I hold up the Unsummon. They redeploy. I try and find a board wipe, but I have good interaction. Do need to draw something that isn't just land. Emberheart Challenger. So if they go ahead and target this with something, we can just bounce it. Let's see the Monstrous Rage. Let's see it. Let's see it. Cast it. Do it. Do it. We're going down to 10 here. They're very tempted to Monstrous Rage. There it is. Very wise that they put it on the Hired Claw. I still think I have to bounce the Hired Claw. Tunnel Grinder. Can 2 Scorching Dragonfires get me there? Let's find out. Let's find out. Kitty? Where'd you go? He was making noise. He wanted attention. He was just trying to be coy about it. Yep, Screaming Nemesis. Love to see it. Right. If they have a Monstrous Rage, I just lose. If they had a Rage, though, they would have used it there. I don't think they have anything. Shit. I thought they'd use the Monstrous Rage to save the Nemesis. So I could have survived that if I'd held on. So, okay. Alright. Oh man, I got totally outplayed. I thought they would have. So I don't know about you guys, but Arena does this to me every time I play best of 3. In sideboarding, it like fucks up the UI, gets all shitty. So mono red, we can beat mono red. We are well equipped to defeat mono red. We just need to probably. I'm going to cut a Season of Weaving because usually resolving 1. Is enough to win the game. It's still, yeah, I think it's still good, but we don't need that many. And then I think we're going to cut a Tunnel Grinder because it's just a turn 3 player that doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, aggro is tough for this deck. It is a control deck, but we should be fine. We flooded out a bit in that last game. We flooded out, and we had. Yeah, just too many lands. But we've got a couple more board wipes in now. So we should be well equipped for game 2 and 3. Game 3 is going to be tough. Game 2 is also going to be tough. I have to mulligan this. I can keep this. Yeah, I can keep this. Probably discard the Tunnel Grinder. Yeah, okay. They also do not have... I kept 7. Okay. So the island can go back. I would like to cast this Burst Lightning now. Big decision to make on turn 1. There's the Heartfire Hero. Okay, as good a place as any to start. Now we need to draw into some action. Dragonfire is pretty nice. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking they're going to play Emberheart Challenger. Swift Spear, okay. Gonna try and rage this Dragonfire this now. Well, if they have Monstrous Rage, it outgrows it. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I am going to wait. Might just Tunnel Grind at this turn. Yeah. There's not too much pressure on the board. There's the Rockface Village. Another Heartfire Hero. Heartfire Hero we can deal with. And Torch the Tower is nice. So I think I'm just going to cast all this out. We could Fabled Passage. No, I should spell. Fabled Passage would level up a grinder, but the Surveil putting the land in the bin worked too. Okay, there's the Emberheart Challenger. And I need to find some removal. If they target this thing now, I will have a window to find something to remove it. Monstrous Rage right now might be beatable. Because it's going to go down to 3, right? Yeah. They might have another one in hand. None of these cards are good. 6 cards in the graveyard. Shit. A land did go to the bin, right? Yeah, okay. So if I survive this turn, then I can Hellraiser and clean up a little bit. But I do need to survive this turn. And if they just whack a Monstrous Rage on this, then I just lose. They're going to go for it. They didn't. Okay. I am positive that they have Monstrous Rage in hand. So I could... No, I think I'm just supposed to Hellraiser here. And then we have Roaring Furnace, which we can cast as well. Ill-Timed Explosion isn't real nice. We can discard the Season of Weaving, and then we might hit it. Discard the Mountain too. Okay. Yes, of course. Okay, I needed to not do that. I needed to hit an exile effect. Oh man, so many decisions. So many decisions. This deck is hard to play, but we'll get used to it. We will get there. Okay, I'm gonna restart Arena real quick, and get rid of this little graphical issue that we're having. So let's do a very quick deck tech again for anybody who is new. Actually, no, let's just get back into games. Play more games. So that's the deck is not putting up a very good showing. But it is a hard deck to play, and I'm definitely still getting used to like when you're supposed to discard certain spells. It's really hard to know exactly. I've got 2 instances of Arena open now. Yeah, it's really hard to know like when to discard what, because there's a real balance between like, am I going to just hard cast this, or is it better off in the graveyard? Am I going for the combo? Plus we have played mono red and Dimir, which are, I would say, the two tougher matchups. I think the deck is really good against basically everything else. The problem is Dimir mid-range, and it was Dimir control that we played. But Dimir mid-range and the like mono red and Gruul aggro decks are quite challenging. I think Dimir mid-range is kind of even, but still it's really tough to beat. Oh, good hand. Okay, we'll keep it. So this is Simic Terror, maybe? Yeah, looks like it is. Okay. We can beat Simic Terror. Yeah, I definitely am not... I do suck a little, Sam. The deck it's tough. It's hard to play. So we don't need the Scorching Dragonfire. So I don't really need this island. Yeah, I'm going to play the Reef. They're going to counter Bitter Reunion. Go for it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if this deck plays counter spells. I wouldn't imagine it does. Otherwise, I think they would just lose to any aggro deck all the time. Eddie Merc Crab is a little scary. It's a little scary. But we go Mountain, Tunnel Grinder. We literally bin all of these cards. Fresh set of 7 cards. We can kill the Eddie Merc Crab with an ill-timed explosion. Oh shit, did I discard the fucking dragon? Oh, I'm such a moron. I wasn't supposed to discard the dragon. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. Ah, I'm gonna play the Sheevan Reef. I'm such an actual retard. Okay, ill-timed explosion. That was so stupid. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, obviously that's not a decision anybody else would make. That was just like a misclick. That was just me not paying attention. Do I want to discard the Chandra? I'm pretty close to just casting it. Might keep the Chandra. Okay, bounce the crab. Sure. They're resetting. So next turn, we can Tunnel Grinder. Oh, well, we could just do that. We've got 1 Season of Weaving down there and 1 fucking Hellkite down there because I'm an idiot. You could go for the dragon. They have the crab up. Yeah, let's wait on the dragon for now. I don't think they do run counter spells though. I want to keep this one. They're binning the Chandra. Yeah. Okay, bounce the tunnel grinder. Let's kill this little otter now. So if next turn they scooped, okay. I don't know what that was about. That particular music is very chill, actually. So the music changes depending on the background, the battleground that you're on, and that music is pretty chill. Yeah. Beans. What do I sideboard against Simic Terror? Do I just mill them out? Do I go for the mill? Yeah, I mean, if they don't run counter spells, it's pretty hard to interact with. Actually, not Spyglass, fucking Soul Guide Lantern and Ghost Vacuum's so slow though, but might still be better than this. These are individual removal pieces. Yeah, Torch the Tower does just nothing against them, right? I guess it kills otters. I'll cut the Dragonfires first. And then maybe just 3 torches. Yeah. Yeah, this is a game of card advantage. Do I need negates? Don't feel like I do. Tidebinder could stop the crab from tapping stuff. But I don't need to negate any of their spells, right? I just need to race them. I just need to race them and get them dead before they build out a board of 5/5s. So I need to focus entirely on my combo, right? They don't have many ways to interrupt me. I don't have many ways to interrupt them. So we just go all in on the combo. I would love a lo-fi arena map music. Yeah, so I used to play music instead of play the game sounds, but people prefer the game sounds. Okay, so in the face of Ghost Vacuum, well, we have our own Ghost Vacuum, but we just don't play to the graveyard. We just hard cast our stuff. Oh, yeah, see, this is the problem. People think that Monster Cat does not suck. Shut up, Sam. Always such a hater, man. Let's just moment of truth. Yeah, people think that, Graveyard Hate is the only way to beat this deck, so they mulligan aggressively for their Ghost Vacuums, but then you just play a game where you draw, go, interact, and then resolve your massive Planeswalkers, and you win the game that way. Sam, what is the joke that you're making? Can't believe I went to Chase and Status and play Monster Cat. What is the joke that you're making? What are you saying? Are you saying Monster Cat is anti-drum and bass? Is that the sentiment you're trying to? Are you saying, does Monster Cat have beef with Stormzy or something that I don't know about? What is the? What are you getting at? You'll let my mind do the work. I don't get it. I don't get it. Someone explain. Someone explain what Sam means. I think you're just a little bitch, Sam. That's what I think. Okay, we have one win, but the opponent conceded really early twice in a row. So that doesn't count. We're not counting that as a win. Let's see if we can get a good win with this deck. Very tough decision to make. Do I want to play or draw? So far my score is 0 for 10. I've only played 3 games. Don't be a bitch. Okay, I'll keep this. Fountain Port's good against control, and the removal spell's good against aggro. Against Dimir and aggro, this is a good keep. And those are the 2 matchups that we need to be most prepared for. Yeah, so if this is Dimir mid-range, we have a fairly decent hand. If it's Dimir control, we might be in a bit of an awkward place, but... we haven't executed the combo once yet. I would like to do that. I would like to win with our combo. That now. Let's just play out the Cavern of Souls. They can see it. Hi, kitty. You okay? Oh, are you hungry? It is nearly lunch. It's nearly lunchtime. It's not lunchtime yet. I want to sit on the desk. Second bat. Well, they have to take the Dragonfire, and then Ill-Timed Explosion will clean that mess up. Yay! Another one. Let's play out the Mountain. Ori really likes it when I stream. Yeah, he really likes it when I stream. He loves to be up here. I think because I'm interacting with the the desk, he thinks there's something going on. He loves to be part of conversations. He doesn't like to be left out of the room if any 2 people are in a room. He likes to be there just listening. So I think because he thinks I'm having a conversation, he wants to just be in here and he likes to sit with me. It's really cute. Very mastermind. And a Siren. I don't know why they played those cards out in the fashion that they just did. But Ill-Timed Explosion will just wipe the board. So we go Island, Ill-Timed Explosion. Bitter Reunion is nice. So we'll drop the Dragonfire because we're going to get another one back. I guess I'll drop the Furnace 2. Sorcery speed removal is awkward, but this can hit a Planeswalker. No, it can't. Forget it. Yeah, bin it. Especially around lunchtime, he comes to sit with me. And it is like, so he usually gets fed around 1. So he knows that he's due lunch. Yeah, okay. Well, this is not fantastic. Not a fantastic place to be. How many cards are down here? 4? Do I have to find an answer for the Sheoldred? I think I do. As painful as it's going to be. Fountain Port in hand. Yeah, okay. 6 cards down there. Dragonfire makes it 7. That's not it. So I think we just cast Capricious Hellraiser next turn, try and wipe the Sheoldred. Do you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to cast a Chandra. Thing is, the Hellraiser can't be countered. Do they have a counter spell? If they do, I just lose. So I think I have to do this. Because they have the Reef, so they counter it and then they attack with the Reef. Can't counter the dragon. Sorry, opponent. We need to hit ill-timed explosions. What a gamer! So we discard the Chandra. And the torch. Deal 6, wipe the board. Oh, but now they just attack with the Reef anyway. Shit. Wait, let's let them make their mistake. No, they didn't. Okay. Okay. Sheoldred is a problem, but I don't think I can play to beat it. I didn't see a Kaito, but I'm still going to sideboard for one. And I actually think the board wipes are very useful. Tidebinder is good. I don't think the negates are that good. So, I do need to cut a season. Ultimately, Dimir Midrange is a creature-based deck. I don't like Roaring Furnace because it doesn't, like, it's sorcery speed and doesn't hit planeswalkers. On Summon is not good against them. Spyglass is... Moment of Truth's okay. Maybe the Bitter Reunion isn't. Maybe the Tunnel Grinder isn't. I'm going to cut the Reunion. Yeah, I'm going to cut a Reunion in place of a Spyglass. Okay. Yeah, he's... Well... You guys are also keeping guard for me watching the door, because you can see the door, so if anybody comes in unexpectedly, please message urgently. That's the microphone. That can't sound good, I'm sorry, but he does what he wants. This deck, this hand does not beat Dimir, unfortunately. This hand doesn't really defeat Dimir either, but we'll keep it. I like all of these lands, but... I think I've got to choose between the counterspell and killing a Restless Reef. Yeah, we have the dragon in hand. So let's take the Cavern of Souls. Brotherhood's End. Yeah, I brought it in as a sideboard card, so let's assume that that's a good thing. A card that we want. Moment of Truth is actually a sideboard, a bit of tech against this deck because I might need more land, but Torch is, yeah, I'll take the Torch. Reef in the graveyard, Passage in the library. Cavern of Souls and pass. So they had no Fairy Mastermind, but Moment of Truth is tech against Fairy Mastermind because you technically don't draw the card, so it does not trigger it. That's awkward. Do I have to? I think I can do this. Yeah, I'll deal. I'll kill the Breacher. Fills the graveyard, and they haven't had any early plays, so fine. Mirex. Yeah, Mirex is tricky. Well, they have to take the Brotherhood's End here. I guess they might not, if they have just like negate. Took the dragon. That's weird. Because I don't need the dragon for a while. Ill-timed explosion. Okay, let's go for this. If they negate it and then just cast Sheoldred, we can beat that with ill-timed explosion. So okay, that's cool. We can wipe that as well. I was hoping to see a Sheoldred. Creature's fine too. So, barring a negate, which they might have, explosion is the right play. Okay. They use their stroke there. Now land off the top means we can just Hellraiser. We could even just cast the Season and then Hellraiser. Yeah, so I need to cast the Season here. Don't like letting them draw so many cards, but I think I've got to do this. Because if I can get them to use their mana next turn, then yeah, okay. Yeah, if I can, I don't know, if I can draw them into using their mana, then maybe I can hit one of these cards with the dragon. Hey, kitty. They kept cut down in. I'm not supposed to wait, am I? Yeah, okay. So I think we have... Hey, why are you fighting my hand? You hungry? You can't eat me. I'm not lunch. Tunnel grinder. Yeah, I think I just have to go for this. They very likely have some way to interrupt the dragon. They could have a Tishana's Tidebinder. All of these things would mean pretty much game. Ill-timed explosion. They could just counter this. But at least we have a dragon on the field. But yeah, they've just buried us in card advantage. I'm doing something wrong with this matchup. I don't think it's going to be... I don't think it's supposed to be as bad as it has been for me. But then, like, I guess I am geared to beat Enduring Curiosity and Kaito. I'm not geared to beat... And Gix. I'm not geared to beat Preacher of the Schism and Shoulder It. It's right. It's like that's kind of a meta call. I've seen way more of one than the other. I'll take two. I don't see this version of the deck nearly so much.
Let's give it our all, just in time to save the day.
Yeah, they've just drawn way too many cards. I think we would need... they have way too much card advantage. Bitter Reunion.
Press the attack.
We can start there. Okay. Don't know what I could have drawn. Do you know what would be really helpful, actually? The untapped add-in would be really useful for this deck. Oh, someone's home. Someone's home, so Ori's run away. Oh. Okay. So in testing, this deck definitely, like, I went through a bit of a losing streak while I was figuring things out. Then it felt really strong. Now it feels real bad again. But what is going wrong with it? It's I feel like I need more win cons. But then we haven't executed the combo once. I feel like I need to maybe beeline for the combo more and stop reacting to what the opponent is doing. Or really focus on setting myself up. Focus on, yeah, I think maybe I need to set up the combo to win on the spot rather than just going for like best value in a turn. Rather, like maybe it's better to just build towards the big turn, and this just loses to aggro. This is not better, but we're just gonna have to cross our fingers and hope. Yeah, we would have just lost to Boros Mice or Boros Burn with the other hand, I think. We just have to hope that we get there and don't die somehow. But I think this is also just way too slow. It's got to be the Manifold Mouse. At least we can play a spell next turn. And then maybe we can wipe the board with Ill-Timed Explosion before we die, and we might be in for a chance. There is a chance. Okay, I like to see that. That tells me they have another one. Or we can beat another one. So hopefully... Okay, so no land. That means Bitter Reunion. In the season. Need a land on top. That's a really good spell to have. I guess I could Brass's Tunnel Grinder next turn. Okay. Yeah, and then we have Unsummon and Torch. Yeah, okay. Last card in their hand. Of course. Of course. They go right down to their very last card to deal me damage on that specific turn. Okay. Yeah. Good beats. If we had one more untap, like that was turn 4. If we had one more untap step, I think we would have had control of that game. So, we want Brotherhood's End. We want Abrade. I don't think they've seen much of our deck. Do I want Tidebinders? Probably. Don't think I want Kiora. I can cut a Season. I'll cut the Flame Shaper. Unsummon is good. Moment of Truth, not so good. And one Tunnel Grinder. Okay, let's go. Let's show him who's boss. This is so winnable. I just feel like that hand was like we mulliganed down to 6. They had like the perfect curve right down to the last card in their hand. This is a good hand though. Could bounce this. Do you know what? I'd rather bounce something that, like, bouncing is a little bit better against, like a... Am I going to use Fountain Port in this matchup? Bouncing is better against a potential Monstrous Rage, so we'll keep the Unsummon. Discard the Chandra. Good draws. So that's not actually a card I want to bounce. But I could just torch it. We're doing this now, before they can respond with like a Shard Mage's Rescue or something. And they're out of creatures. I reckon they have a Manifold Mouse, but they want to wait until they can Offspring it. If they had Boros Reckoner, I think they might have played it out. Yeah, offsprings for 4, right? So if they, and that's really good. If they spend their whole turn doing that, and then we draw land and we ill-timed explosion, that's really solid. And if we don't draw land, we can just tempo them. Yeah, there we go. There's the offspring manifold mouse. Okay. Let's torch this one now. Do you know what? I do think they have these protection spells in hand, so I'm just going to do this all at sorcery speed. We got another turn. I think they probably just top decked that in the last turn or two, because they definitely didn't have that on turn 3, or they would have played it. Brotherhood's End. If they have Monstrous Rage, this will survive. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Lightning Helix me now. I shouldn't have let that get bigger. But that's fine, because we can now bargain this. Reunion, not... No, I need land. I just need one land, we'll be fine. Ajani.
The sun will rise on a peaceful tomorrow. Your soul burns.
Ajani on 5. We have so many ways we could hit the Ajani here. Okay. 3-mana dragon. We could hit the Ajani, or we could bitter Reunion. I think I'm actually going to bitter Reunion, because we might hit a land and then be able to... yeah, sweet. So there's the island. Give the dragon haste. Ajani down to 1.
Consider your actions.
If they play out creatures, then we have Brotherhood's End in hand, which doesn't kill our dragon. So we have, yeah, we are firmly in control now.
Let me show you how to fight.
They're going to double Lightning Helix the Hellraiser. Yeah, we have won this game. We can let this go up to 3. I might just ill-timed explosion here. 8 cards down here. I think I'm going to discard this. Yeah, I might discard these 2 just to fill the graveyard. Cheeky house mouse.
True strength comes from within. I'll return to fight another day.
Cool. That was a pretty unlosable position to be in. On the play is going to be harder, but I don't think there's any changes I want to make to the sideboard. Good hand. Opponent mulligan. That is a beautiful target for a torch for the tower. again, just dodging Shard Mage's rescue and stuff. Cheeky House Mouse as a 2-1. Okay. Not too worried about that. Might take the chance to Bitter Reunion. Want the Unsummon. Not sure about the Tidebinder. Actually, maybe we will play the Tidebinder. What I don't need, I guess, is the tap land. Yeah, if we can keep them off tempo for just a little bit, then we can ill-timed explosion and like maybe the Tidebinder can goad them into committing more to the board. And then we can wipe with ill-timed explosion. Or maybe the ill-timed explosion just discards something. Okay, so here I actually think what I want to do is Tunnel Grinder and discard all of this. Offspring Swordmaster, 1 white open, Shard Mage's Rescue. Gives what, +1/+1. So yeah, we drop off this Tunnel Grinder here. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a good win. I achieved my goal of winning a game with this deck. That felt better. That's a really good matchup though. Like, that's a kind of a go wide deck against our control deck, which runs like 3 sweepers in the main board, plus 3 mass bounce spells in the main board. So let's go again. I think this is a keep. Yeah. I think this is a keep. Okay, Dimir again. So, the problem is I currently can't stop a turn 3 Kaito with any of the stuff in my hand. None of that helps either. Unsummon. Okay, we have the demolition field for a stone, a soulstone sanctuary. Let's see the Fairy Mastermind. There it is. Oh. Yeah, I think I have to bounce this. But it still does not stop a turn 3 Kaito. So how do I beat the Kaito? They're playing Soulstone. They might be playing Unholy Annex. Okay, no Kaito. Mockingbird. And they binned it. Okay. Right, so no Kaito. Next problem is Enduring Curiosity, but opponent is digging for a land by the look of it. So an answer to Enduring Curiosity would be nice. Second Hellraiser goes to the library. This goes to the graveyard. I guess this goes to hand. And what I could do is ill-timed explosion. Because if they play the mastermind, it will draw them a card, but then wipe. But they missed a land, right? Did they miss a land? Yeah, I think I'm going to ill-timed explosion. Let's get the demo field online. Because if they flash in the Fairy Mastermind here, then they do draw, but this answers a thingy. You know what I'm trying to say. Is Fountain Port good in this matchup? No. Yeah, Sam, so Ashley is a streamer. We also went to school together. We were in the same friend group in school. It's actually watching Ashley's streams that inspired me to start. So all year, I've been back in England for a year, right? Nearly a year. Actually, just over a year. And that whole time, after I took this job, I've been, Ashley went to Ousdale Newport, not Olney. So we were in sixth form for a year together. I might have that might be personal information that Ashley didn't want me to share. Oops. Sorry, Ash. Yeah, don't share too much personal information in the chat, Sam. Oh shit, what am I doing here? So I need to be careful of Enduring Curiosity. I can beat it. So I think I'm just going to pass. I reckon Enduring Curiosity is incoming here. So yeah, I've been looking for like a sort of side hustle, not side hustle, but like a hobby all year. I've been working focused on the job. I've had a crazy 2024. And I've been looking for another thing to build. And it was actually, I think somebody told me that Ashley streams, and I was like, really? I'm gonna burst lightning this now. Yeah, Cabbage Win is Sam. He's my younger brother. He went to the same school as us. Yeah, so I was looking for like something else that I could build after. So I was like a freelance writer for a couple of years, and I was building my own business, and I took a job at the start of the year, which has sort of taken up all of my time. But as I've reclaimed more of my time, been looking to do something else. I'm sure somebody told me that Ashley streams, and I like, it was one of our old school friends. I'm sure, I guess I shouldn't really name names. So I don't think it would necessarily, I can't remember who it was. But they told me that you stream, so I checked out your stream and I thought, this is really, really sick. Oh, there's a Shelly. I can probably beat a Shelly. 9 cards in the graveyard. Okay, I'm going to use this demolition field. I think I'm going to go after the Soulstone Sanctuary rather than the Fountain Port. What's down here? I've lost track of this game. Season of Weaving. 2 seasons. Okay, we might have the combo here. We might just combo off it. We have Bitter Reunion on the battlefield, 2 seasons in the graveyard, 10 cards in the graveyard. I should not have destroyed their land, because now they might have interaction. I'm an idiot. I'm bad at this game. But let's go for it. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Season of Weaving. Double dragon draw. All they could do is bounce the dragon. Oh, they just screwed. They didn't let me do it. They didn't let me do it. Oh, that's so annoying. We were gonna win the game on the spot there. Ah. Okay, fine. Fine. What a bastard. They didn't let me do it. Right. Dimir. So Sheoldred is hard to beat. But Tidebinder is good. Abrade is good. And the Brotherhood's ends, I think, are good against them. Cura's bad. Everything else here is bad. Sorcerer Spyglass is what we want. Right. Didn't see a Kaito, but there's no way they're not playing Kaito, right? Against Dimir, I mean, maybe... I think Unsummon is bad. I'll cut 1 Weaving. I'll cut the Flame Shaper. Sorcery Speed Removal is... I just don't think is good enough. And Tunnel Grinder is a bit too slow. I really want to keep my instance up on turn 3. So that's the plan. Okay, that's the sideboard. Oh, that was intense. I thought we'd get to combo off there. I thought I'd get to show off what the deck is built to do. But no, Gino denied us. What do I do for work? So, it's a very boring corporate job, which is, I think I've told this story on stream before. I'll tell it again. But I worked in tech for a long time. My career was built in like tech and IT, and I guess I still do work in tech. But after COVID, I quit my job, and as soon as... I hope my manager's not watching. Yeah, I agree. But no, he knows. Like, so actually, my manager, the guy who hired me, I'll get there. So after COVID, I quit my job. Decided to try freelance writing and did the sort of digital nomad thing for a while. So I moved countries, and I stayed in the country for about 2 or 3 months, and then moved on to the next one. And it was like 3 to 6 months in each country perpetually. Eventually, and I was doing okay. I was not doing super well. Like, it was not like the inspiration stories that you hear about, but I was making enough money to pay my costs, and I was traveling full time. I think this is a keep. So, okay, Moment of Truth is nice. Bitter Reunion. I've got to keep it. It's quite... Yeah, I've got to keep it. It's not good against Fairy Mastermind, and I'm very concerned about just turning Kaito. Okay, Spectral Sailor on top, no Fairy Mastermind, so if I kill the Siren, the Spyglass Siren, then there's no Kaito next turn. Gotta be done. Combo decks require... This deck requires so much focus. So yeah, I was traveling for a while. Now, when I... Okay. Again, I just need to focus for a sec. I could demo field here, hold up Moment of Truth. They must have just top decked the Mastermind. They did. I'm gonna see if I can find a kill spell for it right now. I did not. But Brotherhood's End is good enough. You go in the graveyard, you go back in the life. So when I worked in IT, when I had a proper job, I worked at one of the big 4 accounting firms, and I had a mentor at another business. They didn't play a land. If they go land Enduring Curiosity, Brotherhood's End cleans that up pretty nicely. So I think I'm actually gonna Reunion here. I might bin their deck. What if they just Tidebinders, though? If they just Tidebinder, it's a bit awkward. Puts quite a bit of pressure on the board, too. Okay. Not going after the Restless Reef yet. Let's just discard our Chandra. Shit. I forgot that it does that. I always forget that it does that. Bastard. Second Mastermind. Okay, so Brotherhood's End is looking real nice. Yeah, so I got offered a job about a year ago, and technically the job is remote, but I was living in Vietnam at the time, and I have to travel around Europe a lot for this job, so they wanted me to be at least in Europe. Am I supposed to lead on the... Like, do they have Spell Stutter? Should I play around Spell Stutter? I'm going to play around Spell Stutter. I think I played around Spell Stutter. I think I had it. So let's lock that in as a read. I believe they have Spell Stutter. You should check out Ashley's stream sometime, Sam. So she plays Baldur's Gate on a Monday. Those are my favorite streams, but she plays all kinds of games. She's kind of a variety streamer, and she's absolutely fantastic. She's it's really entertaining. Cabin Factory was so much fun. Played that recently, and it was absolutely hilarious. Such a good game. So, could hold up the Tidebinder, but kind of think... Can we can Tidebinder their Tidebinder, right? Let's start here. Oh, let's take that. Now, again, I believe they have Spell Stutter. So I am going to pass. We could stop them making a fish. It's not very good. Gonna do this now. Gonna do that now so that they can't Tidebinder the ability. And then hold up our own Tidebinder. So if they just Enduring Curiosity here, it's okay. If they Kaito, we can flash in Tidebinder and pressure it. Interesting. Well, what the hell are they doing? Okay, let's start with ill-timed explosion. They let it happen. So the canal can go. Do I let the Tidebinder go? I don't want to. But it would wipe the board. Now they can spell stutter this if they want to. I don't really mind. Okay, Phantom Interference. Either way. Yeah, okay, so now I think we can double Dragon next turn, and we can do that through a counterspell. There is some stuff to hit. We can at least deal with the Fairy Mastermind. What's in their hand? Is it just full of Phantom Interferences? Mockingbird? Love that. Love to see that. Hellraiser. Brotherhood's End. Deal 3. Seven cards down here. So now, if they kill the dragon, then next turn we have, like, double Hellraiser again. Because we'd have 9 cards in the graveyard, they kill one, and then if they counter the first one, we can just cast the second one. So either way, next turn we're casting a dragon. Amazing. Okay, incredible. And we can just do the same thing again. Nice. Okay, we took down a Demir mid-range matchup, finally. Oh, finally. Oh, okay. Let's have a quick look at the deck. So, let me just, oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. No, that's still not what I wanted to do. I need to, bear with me. Oh, do you know what, let's just switch to this view. Okay, so this deck, I know you can't see the cards at the bottom of the sideboard, but anybody who's still not sure, it's a combo deck where that revolves around this combo here. Capricious Hellraiser and Season of Weaving. So you cast Capricious Hellraiser, you fill your graveyard, you hit 9 cards, you cast Hellraiser for 3 mana, you hit Season of Weaving, make 2 copies of Hellraiser, those 2 copies enter the battlefield, and you hit another Season of Weaving, and then you give them all haste and you swing an attack. And it's pretty good. The rest of the deck is focused around filling your graveyard and controlling the game. So it's like an Izzet tempo-y control deck. It is good and it is fun. It is very hard to play. And I think the worst matchups are into Gruul aggro and Dimir mid-range, which is like 70% of what you'll play on the arena ladder right now. However, this deck is really strong into basically anything else. But as we saw today, like the Overlords deck, the Simic deck, like Simic Terror, Xur Overlords, Golgari mid-range, we have really good matchups into all of those. It is just and the Dimir matchup I think is winnable. I think you win that most of the time if you play this deck right. I just don't think I've cracked it yet. In that last matchup we won, but we were trying really hard to make sure we did not lose to Kaito and we did not lose to Enduring Curiosity, and the opponent didn't cast either of those the entire game. So that is why we won. We lose to Kaito, we lose to Enduring Curiosity, but we can sideboard in against that. Not played Standard in a while, ever since I went on a bad draft streak and got tilted. What's a bad draft streak got to do with playing Standard? Oh, the draft streak led to you not playing Arena. Yeah, fair enough. It's tilting. Arena can be really tilting, especially best of one, and especially when it's draft and you've actually got money on the line. Honestly, if MTGO was just a little bit less ugly, I would play that. I much prefer MTGO as a game, and mechanically, it's just really ugly. it's really harsh for me to say that, but it is so ugly. It is so ugly. I don't know if I have it installed. I don't have it installed on this laptop. But so I can't show you, but it's just so ugly, and I just can't stream it or play it. Yeah, people hate watching the absolutely awful user interface of MTGO. If you've never seen it, let me just get it up on the screen real quick. This is honest to God what it looks like today. You see this? Like, this is what it looks like today. This looks like it has not had an update since 2003. And like, it is a much better economy and a much better kind of platform, because you can buy and sell cards in MTGO, whereas you can't in Arena. In Arena, it's like sort of classic microtransaction bullshit, where you buy gems, you use those gems to buy cards in game, but you have no way of ever revoking the value of those cards. Any money you put into Arena is spent, and you have no value, no way to get that back. In MTGO, you can amass a collection, and there is a marketplace. So you can actually collect and sell cards to other players, and you can convert those into the in-game currency, which is called ticks, and you can redeem ticks for cash, because you can sell them to other players. So you can put $1,000 into MTGO, play with all the cards that you want, and then in theory, you can sell that $1,000 worth of cards. It might have gone up, they might have gone up or down in price, but more or less you can recoup the money that you spent, which is how it works in Paper Magic. I have like this is my EDH cube. So let me show you this. This is, I don't know if you can really see, but this is an EDH cube with 1,000 cards, and it's gonna sound it is it's really heavy. It's heavy, but so it's gonna sound, I don't mean this to come off as a financial brag, but I'm just being honest. And I've played Magic for a long time, so this was not actually that expensive for me to put together because I played and collected Magic for quite a while. But the value of the cards in that box, about £3,000 or £4,000. And you know, it's, yes, that is insane. Magic is an insanely expensive game. And that is an insane amount of money to spend on a pile of cards. But I could sell those cards and get around £3,000 or £4,000 back. And so I have that in value. And that is the big, big, big difference between paper Magic, MTGO, and Arena. In paper Magic and MTGO, you can spend that money, but you acquire value and you can cash out. In Arena, you cannot. It's pretty. It's much prettier. But you cannot ever recoup the value that you put into it, and that is and yet it's probably more expensive than playing an MTGO or paper. It's probably more expensive, or at least the same price. Like drafts and stuff are the same price. They're about what, like $10, $11. That's what you'd pay as entry to an FNM in a physical game store, except you actually get to keep those cards. So it's the same. It costs you the same amount, but you recoup no value, which makes it exponentially more expensive. Exponentially more expensive. Borderline unjustifiable. But now I'm ranting. Okay, let me catch up on chat, because that deck really took all of my brain power to play at a very, very mediocre level. But I do want to practice with this deck, so that's what we're going to do from now on. We could, I might throw in a draft every now and then, but I'm going to play more of this Hellraiser deck. So if you want to see that, tune in again. I'm going to be live on Friday next. I might throw in an extra stream, but I will be live on Friday. So, oh, I do have a standing desk. Yeah, I do. And actually, it's a motorized, and it's a sit-stand desk. So I can sit. If I so please. I do own a chair. It's so nice. It has been life-changing having the standing desk. I feel so much better because I work here at this desk too. So it's really nice to be able to be able to stand up, because there are some days, like when I work and then stream, I'm here in this spot all day, and so having the standing desk is really, really nice. It does help me kind of I feel like I'm more energetic on stream and more energetic when I game as well if I'm standing up. So yeah, it wasn't that expensive either. I think the desk itself was like £140, which might sound like a lot for a desk, but it's not that bad. And especially like, it's similar to like people say to spend well on a mattress because you spend like a third of your life on it. It's the same thing with desks nowadays. It's the same thing with desks. So I have like a Herman Miller chair and the standing desk. That is a good price for a motorized desk. And I think it is worth spending money on my desk because I spend easily half of my life here. So make it a nice environment, make it like light and airy, get plants, invest in your comfort at the desk, because I spend easily half of my life here. So even the chair, the chair is basically like I lean on it, I'll fidget and lean and while I'm standing. And I got this for like 300 quid, but it's like a £1,200 chair. And again, this is the one that I wanted because it's a Herman Miller Aeron. It's kind of like the gold standard for good chair support. Speaking of work, by the way, so where did I get to in my story? I work a boring corporate marketing job now. I work for a tech company, but I took a job about a year ago, and my job actually is I'm a community manager. So I used to be a user of this software. I got to know a bunch of people in the community who use this piece of software. I was a major part of the community, helping people kind of get, I wanted to learn how to use it better. I wanted to help other people, and I was a big part of the community. Now I'm on the other side of it. The software company hired me to run community events across Europe. So I travel to where our customers are around Europe, and I get them together for like a day, half a day, and we talk shop. We talk about work. We talk about this particular software. We talk about IT and IT management, and we all get wiser and smarter for it. And that is ultimately what I do. I also run virtual events, which is why I wanted to try streaming, and why I had a lot of like the stream setup stuff. Sorry, probably shouldn't shake the mic, but like my key light and my microphone stand, and even like a half decent background and good lighting and a fill light. This is all stuff that I had because I run virtual events for work every week. And so some of the hardware and some of the soft skills too, I should have a fairly solid foundation in, because I have to do it for work. Every week I run like a 1 hour, basically a live stream, where I invite a bunch of people, and we talk about a specific topic. And I do that every week, and then I have travel, like my physical events. I'm usually, so it ebbs and flows. Like around Christmas, I have no travel, but from the end of January through to the 5 weeks, not preceding, the 5 weeks after the end of January, I had like 6 business trips. I've managed to cut that down to 1, 2, 3, 4. I've cut it down to 4. But originally I had 6, and that's usually how my job goes. I'm abroad nearly every 2 weeks. And so it's still loads of travel. Technically, I don't have to live in England because I'm barely here anyway. But I moved back to England because my family are here, and I've been away for a long time, and it's quite nice. It's quite nice being back. Can't guarantee that I'll stay forever, but it has been really nice being back for this past year, having spent so long so far away. Anyway, I went on that rant without even putting any music on, so I apologize. I apologize for all of that waffle. I think I'd better wrap it up there. I have got some friends coming over in a couple of hours, and then heading to my sister's this evening, which will be nice. And then it's Christmas, so I probably need to wrap it up so that I can get the flat house even. I forget I don't live in a flat anymore. Get the house ready to receive guests. So I'm going to wrap up the stream. But I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Thank you, Ashley. Have a lovely Christmas. I'm really looking forward to Christmas this year. I was home last year, actually, but I have missed a few Christmases in a row. So I'm really looking forward to it. We have a whole tree which is just overflowing with presents at the bottom. And it's really nice. It's really nice to see that. It's really nice to have that in the house. Orion has got some presents, which I might try and set up so that you can see him play with them on stream. If I can. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. But Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. We're going to be live again on Friday and then on Sunday. And I might throw in an extra stream. I might do one, I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning or something. If I feel like it. But I'm not going to promise anything. So Friday, Sam, we're busy on Friday night, right? So Friday morning, Friday 10 a.m. going to be streaming from Friday 10 a.m. I will see you later, Sam. Ashley, I'll catch you when I can. All right, that's all from me. I'll see you guys on a... Sam, stop dropping personal information in the stream. I mean, Nonna's actually could be, like, the... Nonna's could be the name, like, it could be what we call a family member, right? Doesn't necessarily have to refer to a restaurant, although now I have revealed that it is a restaurant. So I'm just gonna, yeah, Nonna is Italian grandma, and I am obviously and evidently Italian. Yes, yeah. Going to my Italian grandmother's. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on a future stream. Bye for now.